this was sent 4 minutes ago. Y'all been throwing it back on Taylor Swift for 4 minutes. I'm confused. You've seen this type of video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything because you know what's up. I know what's up. We know what's up. And that's on what? That's on what? That's on period. And Mary Had a Little Lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today's story time is going to be about why I give up on my bottle girl dreams. Y'all know I used to want to be a bottle girl just for the experience, but I give up, y'all. And we're going to get into it. But girl, before we get into it, I have to tell y'all something. I don't know who praying on my downfall or who praying for my edges to be short, but y'all, a few days ago, my edges started falling out. I don't know why, but I woke up with a patch in my edges, and I know y'all probably like it's from the wigs or it's from, like, I don't do a lot of updos. I don't pull on my edges a lot, so I don't know what happened to my edges, and it's probably my karma. I know somebody gonna be like, girl, it's your karma, because you always talking about somebody got a scoop, a teaspoon, an inch of the edge, and now look at me, y'all. Oh, like polka dot edges. Like, I do not know what happened. Now it's me with a dash of edges. I'm gonna stop saying people only got a teaspoon of edges, because y'all, I don't know what happened. So if you have any remedies or any hair products that made your edges full, please comment down below, because this right here, this can't happen. I'm taking a break on the wigs, y'all. But girl, let's go ahead and get into it. May of this year, I was a bottle girl briefly again, and then some more BS happened. I was at the wrong club, so I'm gonna tell y'all my experience and why I'm just over it. And I know this is not everybody. Like, I know a lot of people make good money, and some of the girls that I was working with, they still doing it and they at a good club. But for me, it just wasn't for me, y'all. Last time when I was a bottle girl, I was searching for it. Like, I wanted to do it. And then I told y'all, even when I quit, the guy asked me to come back. So I thought that was a sign. So then I continued to get my time wasted and get played in my face. Like, it was just a waste of time, y'all. So this time, it was different. Like, I didn't even really put in the energy. So I felt like it was meant. Like, if I get an opportunity and I didn't really work for it, I'd be like, oh, this meant for me. Like, I don't know why my brain be like that. Like, if I see 1111 too many, well, you can only see 1111 twice a day, but y'all know what I mean. If I be seeing certain numbers and certain things, I'd be like, oh, God, it's a sign. It's meant for me. That's how my brain is wired, but God did not lead me to this. Like, me just having bad judgment left me to this. But this time I did leave sooner, so it didn't take me 2, 3, 4 weeks to be strung along and played with. I left in like 2 weeks, y'all. I spotted the BS and I left. But anyway, I had a homegirl. If y'all remember from that previous story time, me and my homegirl, we tried out together. But when we got there, she decided not to try out. She was just my support. She came there. They called me. They told me when I start working. At that time, I think I was working at, what was that place called? I don't remember the name of the place, but I think in the story time, I called it Fishy or Catfish. I don't remember what I called it. I called it something along those lines or whatever. So this same homegirl that supported me last time when I was a bottle girl, she would always send me the flyers. That's another thing. If you move into Houston, because a lot of girls come to Houston with no job, no money, and they just think, oh, I'm gonna be a bottle girl. I'm just gonna be a bottle girl. But it's really easy to be a bottle girl around the summer, like right before summer, like March, May. That's when all the clubs are hiring. That's a little tip if y'all are coming to Houston and y'all just want to be a bottle girl, because anytime I'm working nightlife, I always meet a whole bunch of girls that just got to the city, and that's the first thing they hop on. So it was in May, y'all, and my homegirl was sending me all the flyers of certain clubs that was hiring. It was this one club in particular that me and my homegirl would frequent, and we know they had money. Like, the girls in there made moolah, y'all. Like, all the people with the coins, they would frequent this club. Me and her used to go to this club when I first moved here. I want to say, I'm not going to give y'all the name of the club because I don't know who watching this video. I'm just going to call the club Pickle. Let's call it the club Pickle. Me and my homegirl would frequent Pickle, and the girls at Pickle, they always look together. Certain clubs you just don't want to work for because you can just tell that they don't care about their girls just by how they look, or you can just tell that you're not gonna make any money just by how the customer service is. But anytime me and my homegirl would go to Pickle, the customer service was tea. It would take a long time for you to get your food, but that's because it was expected, y'all. It would be Sunday. It's over 100+ people packed in this small behind lounge. Like, it's expected, but the food is usually good. The drinks are usually good. The bottle girls are always pretty, dressed to the T. Like, it's always a good time, y'all. So my homegirl sent me this flyer in particular, and I'm just like, I think I'm gonna go and see if I could be a bottle girl at this club, because I know they make moolah there just from me frequenting the club as a guest, y'all. So I swipe up on the page and I message the page, and the page basically tells me to message a promo group. They're not hiring directly for the club, they're hiring for the promo group. So I hit the person up that they told me to hit up. We're gonna call this person, let's just stick with toppings. We're gonna call her Tomato. I hit Tomato up and I'm like, hey, such and such that y'all have in a casting call this day. What's the attire? She was like, wear all black. The day is gonna be this day. On the actual flyer, y'all, it did have the day of the casting call, but it was like 3 days. They were doing casting calls on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and like, I didn't know what day to come. Like, I was trying to be scheduled for a day, y'all. So she was just like, you can come any day, wear all black, face bead, heels on, just prepared to walk for us or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. That weekend finally came, y'all. Friday came, didn't go to that casting call. Saturday came, I did not go to that casting call. Sunday came, I did not go to that casting call. And that was my sign. I don't know why, but I was just in a really bad mood. Like, you know how like you be up for something and then like when the time comes, it's like, I ain't really feeling it. Like, that's how I was. Like, I wasn't really feeling it. I don't know what was going on in my life at that time, but I just decided not to go to the casting call. So fast forward to that Monday, I get a message from Tomato on Instagram, and she was like, I didn't see you at the casting call. Did you come? And I'm like, nah, I didn't come. And homegirl is just like, why didn't you come? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I just decided not to come. And she was like, you should come. You should come. We're still hiring. So I was like, are you available tomorrow? She was like, if you can come tonight, then I can see you tonight or whatever. I'm like, I can't come tonight because it was like, when she wrote me on Instagram, y'all, it was like Monday night at like 7, 8 o'clock. Like, I'm not about to get out of my bed, put on makeup and get all dressed up for a casting call. I'll come tomorrow. So I told her I can come tomorrow. So this is why I was thinking it was for me. Remember how I told y'all I just be thinking, oh, it's a sign, it's a sign, it's a sign? Because the last time when I told y'all I quit, homeboy got me to come back saying he was gonna put me on certain shifts, promising me all of this money. And then this time homegirl hit me up telling me like, hey, why didn't you come see me? So I'm thinking, all right, it must be meant for me to work at this club. It must be meant for me to make this money, because she reached out to me after the fact. Like, y'all had 3 days of casting and I didn't come and you hit me up. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it's meant for me, y'all. So the next day I put on, if I took pictures, I have content and pictures and I'm gonna put it in, because y'all be like, Asia don't ever put no pictures in her videos, but I promise y'all, I have a lot of content because I was vlogging during this time. So y'all are gonna get receipts. Y'all gonna get receipts in this video, okay? So I had on all black. If I took a picture that night, I will post it in here. I put on a black bodycon dress. I put on some black heels, and it was kind of, was it cold? It was May, but it was cold that night, y'all. So I had a little jacket on. I did my makeup, beat my face really cute. And my man dropped me off to the club to go to this casting call. Mind you, my day, it wasn't a casting call. It was literally just Tuesday night, and it was just me meeting up with the girl that was over this promo group. And another thing, because y'all be asking, yo, man, okay, what you doing? Is your man? Y'all, my man supports everything that I do. He don't have a problem with me working in nightlife. A lot of y'all be commenting under videos and y'all be like, Asia, your man allow this, your man. I'm a grown woman. Allow is for a child. But anyway, y'all, my man drops me off to the club and I go into the club and I'm asking to speak to Tomato. And I'm like, hey, is Tomato here? And he's just like, yeah, but what you here for? I'm like, I'm here to work at Pickle. He was like, you want to work for me or you want to work for Tomato? And he was basically saying, y'all, do you want to work for me? He was the owner of the club. You want to work for the club or do you want to work for the promo group? I really wanted to say, I just want to work for you. I just want to work for the club. But I didn't want to backdoor her because she already told me to come and she personally had reached out to me. So I didn't want to say him when I initially came there to work for Tomato, if y'all know what I mean. But this is where I messed up at. So when he was about to interview me, he was like, if you want to work for Tomato, that's fine. You want to work for the promo group? And I only was just like, yeah, I came here for Tomato because I did come there for Tomato, y'all. So he was like, all right, I'll go get her. And he told me to go out to like the patio. Pickle had like it was like, it's technically like, it's not considered a club, y'all. I think it's considered a lounge / restaurant. But y'all know all spots in Houston are lit. It don't matter if it's daytime, nighttime, restaurant, bookstore, the mall. They turn anything up. So I go out on the patio. Tomato comes out and she has this little paper for me to fill out. It's like asking me my name, my birthday, my occupation, if I had any experience. I had my food handlers and my TBC, like I was able to serve alcohol in the state of Texas. What else? It asks if I had any availability. It asks for my socials, like my Instagram account, I don't give people my YouTube, y'all, because I don't promote clubs on YouTube, but I did give her my socials. What else did it ask for? I think that was pretty much it. It just asked for like basic information, y'all. I filled that out and she asked me about my experiences and what clubs I worked at. I told her about some of the other clubs I worked at. And then she told me where I needed to get my outfit. And she was like, you can literally start tomorrow. Do you want to start tomorrow or do you want to start next week? I was like, I'll start next week because I think I don't know what I had going on, y'all, but I had something going on that week. So I was just like, I'll start next week. So she added me to a group chat, and then she said in the group chat, you will see your name on the schedule, and these will be your training days. In order for you to start working for real, you have to train for 2 days in order for you to start working. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. That following day, y'all, I went to go get the uniform. If y'all don't know anything about nightlife outfits, the price is ridiculous. And if you a bottle girl in Houston and they make you get your clothes from Beauty Cave, it's one of the most expensive stores. Like literally, it'll literally be a thong and they'll charge you $100 for this. Literally, this is a thong. When I was in there, the girl was like, she had to write down my ID number, my name, my signature, because people be disputing stuff with their bank because y'all high as hell. Like this bodysuit, no reason why this bodysuit that was made in China should cost, this right here was it $75? She told me my first day was gonna be on Tuesday at Pickle, this particular club. Remember y'all, the club is called Pickle. Don't get lost because it's a lot of names I'm gonna add to the story time. So Pickle had Taco Tuesday on Tuesday and they had like, I think $5 shots and maybe like $3 tacos, like really cheap tacos. That was their deal on Tuesdays, and they had that every Tuesday, and this deal had been going on for forever. They was calling it like a specialty, y'all, but as long as I known about Pickle, they've had this deal. So that was my day that I was working. And working for a promo group, the difference is working at multiple clubs versus working at one club. So I initially should have just told homeboy I want to work directly for the club because I knew they made money at this club. But also, y'all, like I said, I didn't want to backdoor her because I told her I was meeting her there. So I didn't want to just be like, oh no, I'll just go ahead and work with you, when homegirl told me to come there and she personally reached out to me. So that's the only reason why I decided to go with this promo group. And I also asked her, y'all, while we was at our little, I don't even want to call it a casting call. It was really just her letting me know that she was putting me on. Like, honestly, she could have told me all of this through Instagram or, you know, via the internet. I didn't really need to come up there. Maybe she wanted to see me in person. Maybe she wanted to see if my face matched my profile online. I don't know what it was, y'all. But really, it was just her giving me the information, asking me a few questions, telling me where to get my uniform for. And then I think she told me about all the clubs they had connects with. And that was pretty much that. But she could have told me all of that via the internet. Fast forward to Tuesday, I came to work and I bought one of the cheapest things there because I already had an inkling that this may not be for me. I was thinking like I could just do it for the summer, you know, make some quick cash, run up a couple bands just for the summer. In the summer, y'all, business for me is very slow. A lot of you guys also be asking, what do I do for work? I am a brand ambassador for a few companies. I get paid off of contracts, and I also have a travel company. Shameless plug, but make sure y'all follow Travel Babes down below if y'all like to travel. follow my page. I'm gonna link it down below. So yeah, that's what I do. But in the summer, my job get kind of slow, so I had a lot of time on my hand. So that's another reason why I didn't mind being a bottle girl. I get to Pickle, and when I get there, it's already some animosity and some weird vibes going on. Not from the girls, but from like the guests that was there and from the bartender in particular. So when I get there, the girl, let's go ahead and name her, let's just name her the manager, because we might get lost in all the names, y'all, because I think I'm gonna do toppings for everybody in this story time. So manager is literally showing me the system, showing me how to ring up stuff. She showed me where the break room is, where to put my bags and stuff at. She showed me the bathroom. She showed me the sections. We went around and practiced the sections. Like the sections, they're numbered, but they don't actually have numbers on it. So I'm going through all the sections saying this section is this section. I'm letting her know that I know my drinks, I know my specials. We're going back and forth, and she just running me through the specials, y'all. She running me through the sections. She telling me where certain things go. Like if you need hookah, this is where this go. If you need top shelf bottles, if you need this is how we do things. Typically, we only run the drinks, but sometimes we don't have runners, so sometimes you gotta run food. Like she's basically, how I'm explaining it to y'all, she's explaining all of this to me. In the midst of her explaining all of this to me, she's like, I'm gonna give you some time to like practice and get familiar with the space. And then I'm going to give you like a pop quiz. And the pop quiz was just making sure I knew where everything was at. So I'm like, all right, cool. While I was there, some of the other girls were training that night also, but it was their second night. While I'm in the middle of getting my training, y'all, looking at the system, there's a guest. Mind you, there's nobody in the club. It's Taco Tuesday, but y'all, it's only like 10 guests in this club. And it's, let me say lounge. It's a lounge slash restaurant. There's only like 10 people at this lounge. And a lady taps me because she sees me and she thinks, well, I am working, but I'm training, y'all. She sees that I'm in uniform. So she's just like, excuse me, you see this? You see this? I didn't even touch my food. I did not touch my food. There's only one shrimp in this taco. So I'm like, okay. I just decided to go out on a Tuesday. I don't even go out. I decided to go out on a Tuesday just for y'all to put one shrimp in my taco with cheese. And y'all, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna tell the kitchen. So as she's screaming at me, I know it's not at me. She just mad that she paid $5 for a taco with no meat in it. Like it literally had one shrimp in it, y'all. She literally opened it up and she was just like, I need a witness. You gonna be my witness that I didn't touch this food. It literally only has one shrimp in the taco. My drink was watered down. This is nasty. This is nasty. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, but y'all, I'm in the middle of training. Mind you, while this is going on, there's 2 other girls that's also getting training beside me. And these are girls that I was also talking to, you know, trying to get to know them. They were also on the same promo team as me. So I go get the manager, and this is the guy manager, the manager that's over the club, not the girl manager that was training me. So I go get him and I explain the situation. I'm like, she said that she's been here for an hour now. It took her an hour to get 2 tacos. She ordered shrimp, she ordered beef, she ordered a lemon drop. And when she got her food, her lemon drop was watered down. The bartender was giving her, like, I'm running everything down. So the manager is like, what? It was only one shrimp in her taco? She ain't eat that taco? It was only one shrimp. I'm like, yeah, I seen when the server brought it out and when they opened it, and I was appalled. It only had one shrimp in the taco. So he goes to the guest, and instead of like handling it professionally, saying like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, let me handle that, let me just take that off your tab, you know, giving her something free, anything, trying to make it better, y'all. He was just like, how many tacos did you order? Yeah, we usually only put a few tacos. We don't count the shrimp. We just put a few. She's like, what? Y'all only put a few? A few? 2 is a few. It only had one shrimp in my taco. One. He's like, all right, I'm gonna take that off your tab. I'm gonna take that off for you. And then what about your beef? This cold. I waited over an hour. The customer, y'all, the guest, she's going off. The girl is going off, and I understand her. I'm on the left side of her, the manager's on this side, and I'm like, girl, I completely understand. Like, I get you. Like, it's wrong. Like, I get you. But mind you, it's like, I'm in training. I can't really help her. I don't have no say, so I can't go to the kitchen and tell somebody to make her food, right? I'm just trying to be, you know, sympathetic and let her know that I understand it's wrong. I would be mad too if I waited an hour for a taco with only one shrimp in it. Like, that's crazy. And then the shrimp, y'all, it was tiny. Like, it was about the size of a penny. Like, it wasn't really even a shrimp. It was a malfunctioned shrimp. Like, it was nasty. So that happens or whatever. I'm just talking to the customer. He comes out with her check because she's mad. She's ready to go. She says that she wants the food just completely taken off. She's just ready to go. So he told her that he could not take that off of her. That was another red flag. You can't take that off of her after she waited an hour for this mediocre food. He said he couldn't take that off for her. And then he told her that they can remake it, and he was remaking it, but she said that she was leaving. So she was just waiting for her check the whole time, kind of talking trash. I'm working there, y'all, but like I said, it's only 10 people in there, and I'm not officially working. I'm in training, so I'm not serving any tables. I don't even have my numbers yet to type into the system. Like, I'm literally just there learning the club. And it's a slow day. It's Taco Tuesday. Only 10 people there. Keep this in mind, y'all. It's really, really slow this night. Eventually, he brings her tab, and when he brings her tab, me and her were kind of already in a deep conversation, and then another customer comes up, and I can't really hear what's going on at the time. I'm letting y'all know in hindsight what was going on. I found out that it was a piece of hair in this customer's drink. It was a piece of hair in their drink, y'all. And the person was just like, can you make me a new drink? And the bartender was just like, I'm gonna have my manager see if he can override that. Instead of her being like, of course, I'll definitely go ahead and get you a new drink, because she made the drink, y'all. She was like acting very strict, basically saying, I'm gonna have to go get my manager. Mind you, they only had one manager working. So that same manager came out, and he was just like, who needed a new drink? Pointed at the person, and he was just like, all right, let me go talk to them. And I'm seeing all of this, and I'm thinking, like, what is there to talk about? What is there to talk about? She had a piece of hair in her drink. Like, what is that to talk about? Make the woman a new drink. Y'all act like y'all, what? Like, he was the manager of the club, but I don't think he was the owner of the club, y'all. He was just the manager. Like, you doing a lot. So I'm seeing all of this, and I'm just like, damn. And then anytime I would be walking back and forth, because I would literally be like practicing like the section numbers or whatever, people would be trying to call me saying, hey, can you check on my food? Check on my food. And I'm trying to, like, you know, smooth the customers over. I'm like, dang, y'all been here for a while. Let me go check on that. I would go to the kitchen and tell one of the other bottle girls that were in training, hey, such and such table ain't ready. And they would look at me and be like, I can't do nothing. Like, I literally can't do nothing. Like, I can't go back there and make the food. It's on the chefs or whatever. So I'm just like, yeah, I feel you. So another part of the job is posting on social media. If you work for a promo group, you do have to take pictures, sexy pictures in uniform. So that's what me and a few of the other girls were doing. Keep in mind that Tomato told me that was my job. I was in the bathroom taking pictures. I'm taking pictures of some of the other girls. We're in there talking. I'm asking them, have they made any money? It's literally Tuesday. It's slow. They telling me, no, we haven't really made no money like that. But I talked to another girl that worked at this club, and she told me last Saturday she went home with a rack. So I hear this and I'm just like, yeah, it's a lot of one shrimp tacos and hair and drink going on right now. But baby, the money is sounding good, even though the system didn't seem like it was working. And they were kind of like putting me on, letting me know that the bartender that's working, she's a bitch. Like, she has an attitude, and she's just one of those people that's not good to work with. So when it comes to making drinks and stuff, you really have to be on her, or she will not make it, or she'll try to act like she didn't hear you. Because if they not sitting at the bar, she's not making any money. She has to make drinks for your tables. So you have to really be stern. So they're like putting me on to all the BS that's going on or whatever. Fast forward, that night I end up vibing with two of the bottle girls, and these are new girls. We were all in training except one of them. One of them worked at another club, and then the other one, she was new, but she worked there like maybe 2-3 weeks longer than us. And then it was two other girls that I was talking to, and they actually worked for the club. So they were saying, yeah, they make bank, they make good money or whatever. Fast forward to the next day, we had a group chat on GroupMe, and Tomato is in the group chat saying, I need to talk to y'all, and it's not gonna be nice. Mind you, at this time, there was 10 girls working under Tomato in this promo group. So she tells us to meet her at, where did we meet at? I think we met up at, we met up at Pickle that next day. She was like, meet me at Pickle or whatever. So we met her at Pickle, and this was a mandatory meeting. I'm thinking we're just gonna go over like some basic stuff, because a lot of the girls under this promo group, they had just moved to the city, y'all. They was just looking for quick money. They had never been a bottle girl, or if they did work in the nightlife, it was just completely different. It was more like restaurant nightlife, not like bottle girl nightlife, if you know what I mean. So while we're at this meeting, Tomato Girl is telling us that the managers that worked at Pickle from last night, he was like, the girls were terrible. All they did is sit in a corner and take pictures and talk ish. They didn't serve no tables. They didn't serve no drinks. They didn't try to upsell. They were dirty, like basically talking all of this smack. And I'm just looking like, do you not need help at your club or what? Like, why would you go back and tell her all of this stuff? I'm like, that's a lot. For one, the girls were working. The food wasn't getting delivered because they couldn't go to the back and make the food. They not a chef. The only thing they could do was put in an order. So the manager had went and said all of this stuff about all of the girls. She didn't say any names. She was just like, everybody that worked last night, Taco Tuesday, y'all were terrible. The service was bad. Y'all was in the back. Y'all was in the bathroom taking pictures. Y'all was doing this. And it's just like, yeah, we were taking pictures and stuff, but we weren't taking pictures for forever, y'all. We took like maybe 15 pictures, and it took us like 30 minutes to take pictures. And like I said, it was 10 guests. It was slow. The girls that was actually on the schedule that night, they were still going out and checking to see how their tables was, but they couldn't do anything because the kitchen didn't have no food. Like, what you want them to do? Lay on the counter and serve them as the food? Like, what can we do? It was nothing to do. And mind you, I didn't even have any credentials, so I'm making that be known. So she's saying all of this stuff. Fast forward, y'all, this ends up turning to a 4-hour meeting of her just drilling us. Mind you, no one made any money yet, but she's drilling us, just basically talking about how terrible we did. And then there was another situation before I started working with them, because mind you, I didn't go to any of the casting calls, so I was already behind on what was going on. Like, this group had literally just started, but Tomato had told me that she started her promo group a few months ago, but she was just like starting it back up or whatever. But I found out later that she had just started that promo group like literally like 2 weeks ago, y'all. And I don't even know how you start promo groups. I think you just have connects with the clubs. That's how you get put on. Fast forward to the next day, I told y'all I had to work 2 training days in order for me to be put on the schedule. My next training day was that Friday, and I worked at a African club. What is the name of that club? It's the After Hours African Club. They've been open, but they were just starting to get back popping, if y'all know what I mean. I can't think of the name of the club, but it's like all the way off Westheimer for y'all that is in the Houston area. So training at this club was completely different. I have never worked at an African club before. The night that we went, it was a Friday night. It was a slow night. And if anybody have ever worked around African guests, they're very particular when it comes to service and how they want things done. So it was like completely different than Pickle. Like, Pickle was just like young ninjas and people like out of towners go and frequent this spot. The African spot was old heads, people with money, and they're very particular about how they like their service. But mind you, we're working for a promo group, y'all. So when we're coming to these clubs, we're supposed to be trained by the people that actually work at the club. But when I first got there, y'all, the girls that worked at the club, I don't know if they were African or I don't know what they were. It was just girls that was already working at the club, and they were supposed to be training us. When we got in there, y'all, they didn't speak to us. They didn't say anything to us. Like, when I got in there, I was just like, hey y'all, and it was a whole bunch of girls sitting down. The girls in my promo group, of course, they spoke and they were friendly, but the girls at the actual club, they didn't say anything. They were like just giving us a up and down look. And that's another thing. When you work in nightlife, a lot of people are very judgmental. I would say they're very picky and judgy with who they want to work at their club. I already know that comes with the nightlife. That was nothing new to me, but it was just a little like, all right, pipe down. I know we're trying to get here and work at this club and get this money, but the attitude, I don't need it. Like, give it to your man, don't give it to me. Give it to your mother, don't give it to me. But anyway, y'all, we get our training or whatever. This night, they're basically wanting to see us walk. We have the signs and we're doing a little sway. After that night, we had another mandatory meeting that night. Another mandatory meeting. This meeting was also 4 hours long, y'all. I didn't get home until like 3 a.m. and it was with Tomato. Again, Tomato is like, whoever worked last night at Pickle, they said y'all had attitudes, y'all were horrible, y'all didn't come with face beat, y'all came with plain face. It was just a whole bunch of crap that she was talking about a lot of the girls, and the girls were just taking it. And then the thing that really stuck out to me, where I was just like, yeah, baby, let me just go ahead, because I already invested some time in this, so let me just go ahead and try to get at least Can I get $1? Let me just work one good lit weekend so I can get my money and just kind of be done with this. You know, I just want to get the money. I just want to get my time that I invested back in this, y'all. But this particular night, she was just like, also they said a lot of y'all was late. And the girls was just like, oh, no, I wasn't late. I wasn't late. I wasn't late. And then one girl was like, I will admit I was the only one that was late. And I was late by like 3 minutes. She was like, I understand that you were late by 3 minutes. But next time with mandatory meetings, mandatory outings, or any work shifts, we're going to charge you $25 per person. $25 per hour that you're late. That's what it was, $25. And she said that she wasn't gonna put you on a schedule. So when she said that, I'm like sitting right beside Tomato when she's saying this, and everybody else, they're just like this. Cause she's like, do you understand? They're like, When she look over at me like, do you understand? I look the other way, because that is crazy. Who are you charging $25? If they show up late? And the crazy thing was, y'all, she showed up late to this meeting. She was late. She literally walked in the room and she was like, I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry I'm late. Y'all know how traffic be on Westheimer. Sorry I'm late. And then she ended the meeting with, I'm going to charge you $25 if you're late. I'm going to charge you $25 if your face is not done. If your face is not done, go home. I'm sending you home if your face is not done. So it was just a lot. And then they also had a lot of mandatory outings, mandatory meetings, which was just like beyond me. I understand we a promo group, and the more you go out, you have to network to get people in the clubs. I get that. Going out a few days, a month outside of work to be with the girls, there's nothing wrong with that. That comes with the job. But going out 3, 4, 5 times a week, baby, I love my lungs. I love my liver. Like, who's doing that? I'm not doing that. But she had a lot of mandatory outings or whatever. This particular time, y'all, my birthday is in May. I'm a Taurus gang in the house. My birthday was coming up and I was going out of town for the weekend. I had a little trip to LA, and the mandatory meeting was literally, I think it was, no, the mandatory outing was on Saturday, and I was leaving for LA on Friday. And I'm happy I did not make it, y'all, because that mandatory meeting was at the Galleria. She had the girls buying matching shirts to go recruit men at the Galleria, basically to go network with men, to be in their face, to be like, hey, are you coming out? Where are you from? Come to Pickle tonight. I'm at Pickle tonight. Like, I can understand doing that on social media, because that's what a promo group is. But to do that in real life, like, if I'm tripping, I might be tripping, but I just thought that was the oddest thing, y'all. And this is me finding out about this in hindsight, because like I said, I didn't go. I was out of town that weekend. But later, some of the girls came back to me and said that she told us that we were all required to buy matching shirts or whatever. And then they were going to be at the Galleria recruiting, aka networking, to get people to come to the clubs. And I was just like, that's a bit beyond me. Like, I'm an extrovert, I'm a people's person, but being in men's face, like, you would never catch me in a man's face. Come see me tonight. Come see me at the mall. I could see if I'm at the club or I'm on my promo page and I'm like, hey, I'm here tonight, book a section with me. But to be in somebody's face while they at the mall shopping, asking them to come to a club, that's beyond me. Like, if it take all of that to get the job, to get the guap, it ain't for me. This is in hindsight, me finding all of this out, y'all. Fast forward to where we were at. I told her that night at that mandatory meeting that I'm going to be out of town. She was like, all right, well, tomorrow we do have another mandatory outing. So fast forward to the day of the mandatory meeting. Y'all, this was the day that I was just like, yeah, this is like childish, and this is just not going to work. This is just doing too much. We had the mandatory outing was at Playground. We all met there at the front of the club. I see a girl wearing black. I'm just like, are you here for Tomato? Like, under Tomato team? She's just like, hey, I'm Malika. Shakes my hand and we talk or whatever. And I'm asking her like, oh, like, where you from? How you found out about this? And she's letting me know like all the bullshit and the stuff that was going on. And like I said, a lot of the girls, they just moved to Houston, y'all. These are just people that I'm meeting for the first time. That's their first time at the club. They don't really know. They just trying to come places and they're just trying to make money, essentially. So more girls are coming, and as the girls are coming, we're all introducing ourselves like, hey, I'm Asia. Hey, I'm Tomato. Hey, I'm Lily. Hey, I'm Dick. Like, we just introducing ourselves to each other, y'all. And then finally, Tomato comes, and y'all, lo and behold, she's late. Like, if we were late, she claimed she was charging us $25, but she was late to this outing. She comes, sorry, I'm late. And then we basically all walk into the club. The owner of the club is her friend or whatever, and she was basically saying that they're gonna try to put us on at this club. So tonight was the night that we had to prove to this man that we lit. Like, we needed to be a bottle girl. We wanted to be added to his club, so we needed to be lit for him. At the time, y'all, I didn't know this. I knew that we were gonna be in the owner of the club section, but I did not know that we kind of had to prove ourselves to be put on at his club. I did not know that. I found this out later, and I'm gonna tell you how. So we get to the club or whatever, we in the section, and playground it's lit, y'all. It's literally, it's either Wednesday or Thursday. It's a weekday, and everybody and their mama's there. It is lit as hell. At this time, y'all, I was not drinking. I was on I think I was getting personal training at this time, so it was not, my lifestyle was no drinking. I could eat out, but it had to be clean during this time. And it was other requirements and things that I couldn't do that my trainer told me not to do during this time. And I was abiding by it. I don't have to drink and be drunk to have a good time. Like, it's not necessary for me to have a good time. So I'm in this section, y'all, and I'm with my girl, and I'm calling her my girl, y'all, because this is a girl that worked every shift with me. We are vibing, we laughing, we talking or whatever. And I didn't know that she also was not drinking during this time. I didn't know that. I wasn't drinking during this time, and she said that she wasn't drinking during this time. And she was just like, good, now I don't have to feel bad to be dodging these drinks. So we in the section, y'all, and I don't know what song was playing, but I just remember a song was playing that was slow. It was like a slow R&B song. And all of a sudden, I'm like sitting down in the section, but all of the girls, like half of the group, just get up and they started like twerking, started dancing. Like, if you twerking on an R&B song, like really breaking your back, like you really putting your back into it on an R&B song, what is you doing? Like, it's getting, I want to be seen. I hate when people be twerking to like slow songs. Like, how you twerking to a country song? Like, it was like I don't know what song was on, y'all, but I just remember kind of looking up and looking at people, and I'm just like, did I miss the memo? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm just looking around like, okay. And then homegirl, she hits me and she was like, read the group chat. And I'm like, what group chat? She's like, Tomato's group chat. You didn't see the message? And I open up the group chat, y'all, and Tomato is like, y'all look boring. Get up and dance. We got Casamigo and Zon coming. Dance. Like, throw that ass back for the Caso. Like, dance. Get up and dance. And I'm like, this was sent 4 minutes ago. Y'all been throwing it back on Taylor Swift for 4 minutes. I'm confused. So when I see this, I'm like, what? This is weird as hell. And homegirl beside me, she was just like, yeah, I'm not dancing to this song. Like, that's weird. And I'm like, yeah, like, if I'm in the mood to dance, I'm in the mood to dance. Like, I'm not one of those people that can like fake vibes. I don't do well at faking vibes. Like, I wear my emotions on my face. So if I'm not feeling it, or if I'm just vibing, I'm just vibing. I can't fake it, y'all. When I'm lit, I'm lit. And when I'm chill, I'm chill. So I'm in this section with homegirl, and I'm just like, that's weird. And then Tomato comes around and she starts like twerking on everybody and like dancing with everybody. And she comes over to me and she's just like, get up, like going like this to my boobs. What do I have on? I don't know, y'all, but I'm gonna post clips in here and y'all will see what I had on. But she goes like this to me and she's just like, get up and dance. And I'm just like, I'm good. I can't dance in these pants. She's like, please turn around. Your booty can do it. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like, I cannot dance in these pants or whatever. And then she goes on to the next person. She's like, boring, boring. She goes on to the next girl, get her up, start like playing with her booty. They dancing or whatever. And then she's like trying to get all the girls lit. She's just like, yeah, he's about to bring the bottles out. Y'all need to get lit. He done spent a rack on this section tonight. Like, he done bought so many bottles. This is a $750 bottle. Like, get up. Like, basically really out in them. And I'm just kind of looking like, that's what we doing? We dancing for bottles now? We dancing for a spot to work at a club? Like, this is crazy, y'all. Fast forward, the night is going on, and as the night go on, eventually the shots and the drinks come. He did get us hella bottles of Casamigo, but a lot of the girls was not drinking. We were definitely lit and we were having a good time. I'm gonna post clips in here. I was lit, I was singing, I was having a good time, y'all, but I just didn't want to drink. So Tomato kept passing us drinks, and I kept like doing like this. And I was literally pouring the drinks out. Like, I already said no thank you. You keep bringing them my way. All right, the ground gonna have them. So I'm like this, fake pouring the drinks out. Eventually a guy comes to the section. Well, he was already in the section, but he wasn't by me, y'all. It was like a girl was right here, and then the guy was on the other side of him. I guess she got up to dance, and then homeboy, he scooted beside me, and it ended up being the owner of the club. So he's in my ear asking me like, oh, what's your name? And I'm like, my name is Asia or whatever. And just basically trying to talk to me, y'all. He was just like, oh, Asia, you look good. Where you be at? Like, where you be at? And I'm like, I really be in the house, but lately I've been on this side of town. Just telling him like some of the spots that I frequent or whatever. And he was just like, oh, you need to be here. You need to be at my club. And that's when I realized he was the owner of the club. I'm like, your club?
Yeah, I was talking for a good 2 minutes and I didn't even realize my mic got unplugged. So I'm going to narrate the next 30 seconds. So the club owner is trying to get me to come to his club. That's when I found out that he was the owner of the club. He was sitting in our section the whole time, but I did not know this at the time, y'all. So he's like, yeah, what are you doing tonight after you leave here? I'm like, I'm going to bed because I have a flight to catch tomorrow. He's like, where are you going? I told him I was going to LA for the weekend. And then he follows up, well, you're going to be back in town on Monday. I can have you on the books by Monday. Just come see me tonight. I'm like, come see you tonight. No, like it was already like almost midnight, y'all. And like I said, I have a flight to catch in the morning. So I nudge homegirl and say, hey, this is the owner of the club. He's saying he can put us on here at this club. Me already knowing what he was trying to say, like, what do I need to see you after the club for? Y'all know the only thing that's open after 12 is legs. Like, I'm not coming to see this man, even if I didn't have a man. This man looks like a boiled egg in a fit. I would never. But I tell homegirl, the girl that's sitting beside me that I told y'all I met at the club, I tell her about him being the owner of the club. She's just like, yeah, see if you can get his contact information so he can put me on. So I'm just playing along and just going along with whatever he's saying, y'all. But just know I was never gonna come back to the club or come back and hang out with him after that night. So he's persistent for a little bit, and once he realized that I keep saying like, no, I still have to pack, I got a flight to catch, like I can't see you, he's like, all right, well then come see me Monday. And then he gives me his phone number. I take the phone number down and I tell homegirl that I'm gonna message him so she can get put on at the club, because at this point, y'all, I was already timed out. I didn't need the job like that. Let's be for real. I didn't need the job like that. But I know it's a lot of people that need these type of jobs because they moved to Houston. They don't have no money. They don't have no family. And they need to make quick cash. Like, bills are due. They don't got time to play. I didn't want to just, be rude to the man and not be a connect for her. But let me go ahead and let the rest of this play out.
Nothing's in my ear, y'all. After that, I end up being like the first one out, showed face, because I was only showing face because I told y'all tomorrow I was going out of town. And I'm like, I haven't been to none of the mandatory outings, and I'm going out of town this weekend, so I'm missing another mandatory outing. So let me just pop up to this club event just because I wanted to be on the schedule for that following week to make a couple coins. But y'all, it wasn't even worth the time. But that was pretty much it. I went to LA. When I got back from LA, hit me up. Tomato hit me up, and she was just like, Asia, you haven't been posting. Why you ain't posting? And I have another Instagram, y'all. I have a Bottle Girl Instagram that's just solely for posting flyers and promoting. So at that time, I was just like, I don't think this is gonna be a good fit for me. I'm out or whatever. And she was just like, okay, I respect it. And that was just literally it. And then I did message homeboy for my homegirl, and then I don't know if she's still working at the club, but at that time she did say that he did end up putting her on at Playground, which they make a lot of money at Playground as well. Fast forward to maybe like 2 months after that, because I told y'all I was friends with some, I don't even want to say friends, I just want to say acquaintances. I was acquaintances with some of the bottle girls, because all of the girls that worked under Tomato, they were cool as hell, y'all. Very down to earth girls. So I did connect with some of them, and I ended up having a girls night, and we all had like a game night inside. And I was asking them about like what happened with Tomato and everything, and she was just like, girl, I was been done. Like literally 2 weeks after you quit, I quit too. It was just too much going on. She started really requesting $25 on Cash App from people. It was literally, it had went up to two mandatory meetings a week, two mandatory outings. That's 4 on top of you being on a schedule. At this point, it's not even a side hustle. It's a full-time job. No money was being made. They would put them on the schedule, and then when they get there, the main girls that work at the club, they would basically like bully them, basically saying like, oh, I didn't know you was working today. Like, it was just a whole bunch of stuff going on, to the fact that everybody literally quit, because it's just like there's no organization, there's no system, and it's a whole bunch of just belittling and comparing yourself and putting people down because they need money. So that's pretty much it. This is why I personally am done. I won't try to be a bottle girl again. It's gonna be the last bottle girl story time y'all get from me. That's pretty much the story, and that's why I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel of ever being a server, because I feel like a bottle girl, you're a server. Like, I used to want to be a server, y'all. So that's pretty much it. I'm giving up the dreams of having that experience of being a server, because it's just too much negativity, and where I'm at in my life right now, if it's not fun and peace and zen, I don't want it. I don't need it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next story time. And if y'all would like to see the other story time about when I first started to be a bottle girl, when I was going through all of the works and figuring it out, I'll link that video down below. But yeah. Oh, and don't forget to follow my travel page. If you a girl that like to travel, because I do own a all women's travel group. If you like to be outside, follow that page. Mwah. See y'all in my next video.